How's it going? This is a really exciting live cap that we're doing here at Picks and Parlays. We're talking MLB opening day. I'm your host, Allie Burns. With me today, I've got two Nicks, and they're both pretty good at betting on baseball. Nick Parsons, when you and I started this live cap song and dance about a year ago, it was baseball that we had to talk about coming right out of that old, I don't know if you remember, we had like a pandemic and stuff.
Right, that's right. Okay, that was all coming back to me now. Yes, of course, that is right.
That's right.
So yeah, and here we go. Opening day 2021 on April 1st, Thursday, April 1st. Yeah, so we got a whole slate of afternoon games, evening games, and yeah, no, fantastic. Can't wait to get into it. Had a really successful year last year. I love baseball. I love betting moneyline sports. I also love betting on the NHL. I like betting totals. I like betting favorites. I like betting underdogs. I like betting first 5 innings. So yeah, it's super exciting, of course, and all day games coming up here all through the summer. A full season, unlike last year.
Yeah.
So totally pumped for sure.
This is good stuff. I'm excited about it. I'm getting ready to go, man. Getting ready to go. And with us today, we've got Nick Earle. You are a big baseball guy as well. So is your brother. And you two are going to come on tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern and do the opening day total chaos for baseball. So pretty excited about that. How long have you been betting on baseball?
Betting on baseball, I think that was the first sport I was actually betting on before or after DraftKings. So about a year now. I started about halfway through the pandemic season, but yeah, I've been following it since 06, 07 though. So I've had plenty of time paying attention to baseball and stuff like that. And I'm ready for this season to start. We're going to have over 200 days of baseball this season, which is beautiful to see. So I'm ready to try to make some money this year.
It was so weird last year. I'm so used to coming out of March Madness and then rolling into, so it was just weird last season when baseball just started out of nowhere, and it was what it was, but we made we made money, Nick. We made money, man. We had some good plays. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So hopefully we can make you guys some money today. We're going to start off talking about the Braves and the Phillies. Now, I'm obsessed with Braves. You should all know that now. They're the reason I got deep into baseball, and I like them to win their division this year. So I'm already on the Braves side. They were just about at a pick 'em. I know that line is moved a total of 7. I've got Max Fried for the Braves, and Nola is pitching for the Phillies. So Nick Earle, tell me about this one. What are you thinking here?
I am all over them Atlanta Braves. This is a team where I'm going to be backing probably all year long. This is a team where I'm looking for them in spots where they're not going to be minus 150, minus 200 favorites. And this is absolutely a spot where I love Max Fried. He emerged as one of the best left-handed pitchers in baseball last year. And this lineup is no joke. Ronald Acuna Jr., Ozzie Albies, Freddie Freeman, they re-signed Marcelo Ozuna. Travis d'Arnaud is not a bad hitter. Dansby Swanson's going to be fine. Austin Riley, we're waiting for more production from him. I think this is going to be a little bit more of a breakout season for him. And then Christian Pache out in the outfield, he's going to be a good rookie of the year candidate potentially for that Atlanta Braves team. I'm all over the Braves. They were one of my World Series picks this year, and I'm going to be all over them in day one. I know my brother is disagreeing with me in the chat here, but I'm all over the Braves tomorrow, and I'm getting them close to a pick 'em against a Phillies team where I don't know what we're expecting from them. Their bullpen is very shaky. I understand Aaron Nola is a very talented pitcher, but they have a couple of decent hitters. Rhys Hoskins, Bryce Harper obviously is very talented. Real Muto, wow. Yeah, I can't.
Gregorius. They also signed Gregorius. And
yeah, but then their bottom of their lineup
was horrible. Obviously.
Yeah, then it drops off after Gregorius with Baum, Segura, and Quinn, and then they have a leading off a washed-up Andrew McCutchen. I'm all over this Braves team today, tomorrow, and I bet them today at minus 103. So I'm all over this Atlanta Braves team. They're going to be a scary team. I definitely think they could win this division, probably around 90, 92 wins. And they're definitely a World Series threat, and they're going to give the Dodgers a run for their money. Give me the Braves.
So here's a good question. Braves pitching scares Bled's W. Fried's their best pitcher, but who else do they got?
Ian Anderson, he was another guy who came out that looked really good last year, especially in the playoffs. I want to see what Mike Soroka can do. And after that, I got to look at their 4 and 5 starters. I don't remember who they are exactly, but they definitely have some really good front end starting pitching.
Yeah, see, I kind of felt that way about the Phillies too. Now, I don't hate the Phillies. I just love the Braves, but I felt like their rotation looked pretty decent. They've got some bats there. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you because like it's opening day and I'm going to take my favorite team. Like that's what's going to happen. But it's good that we talk these things out also. Nick Parsons, do you have any feelings on this one?
I kind of like the Phillies, honestly, here. And I just wanted to state that until the first week, I as a handicapper, I really do. You hear that a lot from handicappers that they want to see the teams play, they want to see pitchers pitch, and they want that. And that is definitely the case for me in baseball. I want to see the first week. I want to see once there's the rotation for everybody and get a feel before I can really get going. But that said, just Aaron Nola, I mean, is a fantastic pitcher, obviously. And if this was 2 years ago, despite how good Fried is, despite how good the Braves are, this line would have been significantly larger. And so now we are at a pick 'em because of the way that he sort of had a bit of a drop off last year, but he still has an 11-6 record in 20 appearances with a 3.05 ERA versus the Braves. There's optimism for the Phillies who come into this season. So yeah, they had a horrible bullpen. And so when I look at baseball, I'm looking at starting pitching first. I always take into account the form of the team's bullpen. And then I'm a situational handicapper, so I'm looking at revenge and I'm looking at if their schedule and different things like that. But yeah, the Phillies, they did add Archie Bradley. They did add Jose Alvarado to their bullpen and to their rotation. So yeah, I think that there is probably some value here on Philly. I'm sort of leaning that way. Again, this is opening night, so I'm treading softly. But what do you guys think about the total on this one? I was also considering. I thought that the under might be worth a second look. What do you think on that, Nick?
I would more look at the first 5 under. I believe it's a 4 right now, rather than a full game under, because I do not trust this Phillies bullpen until we see what they can do. I can definitely trust Max Fried and Aaron Nola to give me that under 4 or 4.5. I don't know exactly what the number is. I have to look again, but I can definitely trust Nola and Fried more to get me that type of first 5 numbers rather than the full game. So I'd go first 5 under, no full game play.
Yeah, I'm that way too, especially with all those bats. And on opening day, stuff gets a little shifty. Everyone wants to come out swinging. So I'm with you there. Okay, so we're going to go to our next one. Giants are at the Mariners here. We've got Goffman and Gonzalez. Seattle minus 105, 8.5. That's a big total. Like, I'm not used to baseball totals being this big anymore. Like,
well, because of the
juice ball. Oh, I know why.
Well, also, is it not that there's no designated hitter anymore, etc.?
Yeah.
Right?
Are they keeping the guy on second rule for extra innings?
Good question.
I don't think so.
So bad. Oh,
I didn't care for that.
I loved it. That's not like, because I done stats. Actually, when I did stats for minor league baseball, Aaron Nola's brother Austin came and was the catcher when he was in the minor league. So I was like all geeked out, like that's a Nola down there. But I love that. It's just, I don't need 12 innings. I'm good on 9. I love baseball. I'll watch all 9 happily. But after 9, I have stuff to do. Okay. Like I don't have all day for this. Okay. That's another reason I like to bet first 5s. Anyway, but I digress.
Well, then you can really, as I think you just pointed out, you're really betting on the starting pitchers there in most cases. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And so when looking at this particular game, Marco Gonzalez, he was 7-2 with a 3.11 ERA last year. He's just 1-1 with a 6.75 ERA and 2 career starts against San Francisco. Then you have Gaussman. He was 3-3 with a 2.63 ERA last season. Now he only has a 1-2 record in 6 career starts against the Mariners, but with a 2.88 ERA. Now Gaussman is in a contract year again this year. Last year He posted a 3.26 ERA overall with a 1.11 ERA or WHIP. He had a 79 to 16 K ball ratio. So, I mean, he put up some really good numbers. He's had a solid spring. And Gonzalez has had a terrible, terrible spring. He comes in with zero momentum. He's given up, in his final 2 spring starts there, he gave up 11 runs total over just a few innings on each. So, yeah, I guess on an opening day, when I'm looking at these 2 teams, and I'm just basing more on these starting pitchers, I think that this is a good price here for Gausman and San Francisco.
All right, so you're rolling that way. Of course, Tim's brother has to agree. He's going with the Mariners, or Nick's brother Tim has to disagree, and he's going with the Mariners. How do you feel about this one, Nick?
I feel like this line's priced pretty correct. I do see this as a toss-up game, really. Mariners, they're going to be like one of these sneaky teams or kind of a sneaky question mark team where I think you can either get 90 losses from them or you can get like a 500 season from them. This is a team where I have a feeling that eventually at the end of the year there might be a big disappointment, but I think this is going to be an interesting team to watch. This is one of those teams where I don't know if I'm going to be betting their games for the first week, 2, because I want to see what they do. I want to see how they play. I want to see just how the team is in general. So overall for this game, slightly maybe towards Seattle with the home field, but other than that, no action here for me probably.
No action it is. All right. Bloods brings up he likes to play no score in the first. I like that one as well. And I don't parlay. You guys know I don't really parlay things, but that is something that if they'll let me get like a 3-teamer on those, that I'll mess with that because you can usually hedge it the other way. If you're doing it with like those killer pitchers and your no is going to be at a minus, if your third game has a plus at a yes, you can hedge yourself out of it. So that's just a little food for thought, how I like to sometimes roll. So we'll talk Cardinals at the Reds. This is our last one. Flaherty was one of my dudes, right? Flaherty for the Cardinals was one of my dudes. He was a bit like disappointing for me last year because he had such a big year the year before. And then Castillo, I love Luis Castillo for the Reds also. So I'm torn on this one. You got to sell me. Which way do I go here?
I'm on the Cardinals for this one. I bet them at plus 110 earlier a couple days ago. This line, I believe, is now moved closer to a pick'em even money line. So I got slight value on there. I really like Jack Flaherty as a pitcher. I think he's going to have a very strong year this year. I love Luis Castillo as well. I think the first 5 under is definitely a spot you can definitely look to go. And I really like this Cardinals team this year. They're going to have a solid defensive team, and Goldschmidt's a very talented player. They got Nolan Arenado, and they got the Rockies to pay for his salary this year. So very nice of them to do that. Paul DeYoung's not bad. Hedman's not a bad player. They got Molina back. This card, yeah, exactly. And I'm looking over at the Reds lineup here, and I'm thinking who's going to really produce much offense for this team. Winker's not that consistent. Castellanos will hit a home run here and there. Votto, I think he's on the downside of his career. Suarez has some pop, but he's more of a home run hitter. Moustakas is beginning to be a little bit past their prime. So this is a Reds team where I'm lower on them than a lot of other people are. I can see them being a 4th place team in this league. I think or actually 3rd more. I'm not huge on the Cubs either this year, but I think this is going to be a Cardinals and Brewers year for this division. I really like the Cardinals in this matchup as well. I think they just match up well against them.
Yeah, this is a really tough division this year for sure. And I remember the beginning of last season, the Reds were the top to win that division, and that did not work out for them. So, yeah, major letdown for the Reds there. Nick Parsons, do you have anything to say about this one?
Not much other than what Nick has gone over there and what you have touched on, Allie. These St. Louis has the better hitters here. Cincinnati basically has the same group that they had exactly from last year in its lineup that was extremely inconsistent at the plate there. And, of course, they lost Trevor Bauer to free agency. So, yeah, Luis Castillo is the man. He's actually had success against the Reds in the past. And Flaherty, he's a really solid starter as well. I would consider the under here. I just think that these two guys could go a little deeper into this one, and so that would be my strongest lean on this one, anyways.
I like that, especially with the lack of offense with the Reds. You got to figure that's gonna, that pulls into an under as well. Okay, so I'm gonna put you on that. Under in cards. Okay, so we will do a quick little recap. But do you have any futures that you guys are recommending? I know Sean Higgs is huge on the Brewers, so I'm going to take the Brewers to win their division just because he's high on it, and I like Higgs, and I'm just going to listen to him on this one. So,
right.
Do you guys have any futures that you've already got rolling?
I don't. I'm not a huge futures guy. But what about you, Nick?
I personally do not have any futures bet because I just don't like having my money tied up for 7 months. That just doesn't sound appetizing to me. But if I would, probably the Braves to win the pennant definitely looks pretty good to me. Yeah, I like the Twins on the American League side. I mean, the Yankees are going to be good. Maybe them would win the division, but I think that's like a minus 200 anyway. So I'm not trying to hold a minus 200 for 7 months either. So, right. I mean, I don't bet futures, but if I would, it would be probably the Braves, the Twins, and probably like the Yankees and Dodgers to win the divisions, obviously. But like, nothing here for futures.
I like my futures, but I'm super cheap about it. Like, because we're usually rolling out of March Madness. If everything went right, I've got like my bankroll's inflated. I take $50 out and I make $5 futures with that. And I just pick what I like and I do that. And then on the flip side, at the end of baseball season, I do that with college basketball. Like I'm still sitting on Baylor at 6-1, so.
Well, you could have some good future specialists among the handicappers at Picks and Parlays for sure. That would be able to give a little more direction on that. Absolutely.
Yeah, check out Sean Higgs. He's got him for days. And he does a show. It's on Winning Free Picks is the name of their YouTube channel. It's a sister company of Picks and Parlays is Winning Free Picks. And he does a show called Midday Money. And then he does another show at night, which might also be called Midday Money, Midnight Money. But he talks a lot of baseball. So that is, there he is right there. Look, popping right in. It's party time.
Of the devil.
So yeah, there's old Sean Higgs right there. So he's got it going on with baseball futures for sure. You definitely want to check him out. Earle Sports Bets is saying Giolito and DeGrom Cy Young parlay.
I like it. I like it.
No NHL today week. It's like opening day tomorrow, okay? There is an NHL Total Chaos that happened last night with Nick Parsons and Cam Ross. So if you want to search NHL Total Chaos, those are all for games that are happening today. So we got your back on hockey, but we did want to dabble a little bit in baseball. We are all big fans. His ears were ringing, see? So yeah, all of you get in your YouTube, Winning Free Picks, hit subscribe, and that way you'll get notified whenever Higgs goes live. And then also check him out over at picksandparlays.net. That's where you can find Nick Parsons premium picks as well. I'm typing it in right now. The promo code this week is FINAL, FINAL, and that will save you 20% off the entire site. So Nick's picks, Higgs picks, all that jam. Oh, Winning Free Picks says DeGrom for the MVP, 10,000.
Nice.
I don't know if it'll go to a pitcher, but
boiling. Your Mets blood is boiling. Yeah. Y'all all right, shotgun. See, we knew you would understand if we just explained it. And then if you're looking for Nick Earle, definitely check out Nick Earle over at Earle Sports Bets right here. That's where you find him on Twitter, or you can pop that into your YouTube search also. Nick, tell them what you have been doing over at Earle Sports Bets.
I've been doing NHL every day, and I've been covering college basketball. My brother's been doing NBA and Counter-Strike. We're going to be doing MLB every single day this year. And that's what we've been doing around now, or what we've been up to. And for the person that asked for NHL, I'm on Winnipeg plus 123, Calgary minus 115, and Minnesota in regulation at minus 110. Thought I'd throw some hockey in there because he mentioned it.
Well played. All right. I like it. All right, guys. Well, that just about does it for us. Nick Parsons, anything else out of you? Don't forget, guys, you can find Nick Parsons at the Insiders Room. And when you're over at picksandparlays.net, that's the name that you're looking for. You'll find him on the leaderboards, the Insiders Room. That's Nick Parsons. What do you have going on at the site this week, Nick?
Well, I'll have 6 opening day baseball plays going. Those will be up shortly, so keep your eyes open.
Excellent. I love it. All right, guys. Thank you. Let's all have a great opening day tomorrow. Remember, let's not start out this whole thing by betting our whole bankroll. Okay. We worked all through basketball to make our money. So let's just hang on to it. Let them play a week, and then we'll get dirty with some baseball picks. All right.
All right.
We'll get dirty with some ball. All right, y'all. Thanks so much for joining us. I'll catch y'all next week, and look forward to Total Chaos live tonight. Tim and Nick Earle are head-to-head for opening day action, 9 p.m. Eastern. All right. Thanks for joining us. Bye, guys.
See ya.
Hit the like on your way out.